We're back, and we're on the All-Star Challenge Tour. Last time, it was a Max D face-off in the Dubby final round with repeat champion Zach Antezana taking racing, followed by Tyler Menninga going 2 for 2 with freestyle wins. Tonight, in St. Louis, we'll find out if we can shake things up a bit. This is the Rigs of Rod semi-realistic points series, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to the Rorsrps channel. My name is Preston Vieira and we are coming to you live from St. Louis, Missouri after a longer than anticipated hiatus, making an appearance with the All-Star Challenge Tour featuring Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem. Scores have been recalculated, so by the end of the night, we'll find out which team is truly on top and what their scores are. Now though, let's get a look at our racing bracket for tonight and see who's in the running for our Dubby Racing Championship. Kicking off the first round tonight, it's going to be Zach Antezana, the reigning racing champion in Max D, representing Team Mayhem, taking on Cynthia Gauthier in Lucas Stabilizer. Devyn Barber in Avenger is going to face off against Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. Bryce in Mohawk Warrior Fire is going to take on McQueen in Bro Camino. Bari Musawwir in Zombie is going to be taking on Tristan England in the JCB DIGatron, our substitute for tonight. Trevor Goldberg in Max D, representing Team Thunder, will face off against Tyler Menninga in HyperShock. John Gordon in Bad Company will face off against Shane Lake in Gravedigger, representing Team Thunder. Blue Thunder will face off against Piece of Scrap Jaxon Schlett. And finishing out the first round, it's Jake Cranford in Team Mayhem's Gravedigger, facing off against Tricky Ricky himself, Rick Steffens, in Blown Money. But let's jump into round one, kicking off the night with a little bit of intros here. We got Zach Antezana heading out onto the track and taking a lap, getting these fans hyped up. Of course, as I mentioned, this is the reigning racing champion. He took the win in both the first show of the season and our last show in MetLife and in Gillette Stadium. And out comes Cynthia Gauthier on your left in that Lucas Stabilizer truck. It's great to have her back in real life Monster Jam, and of course it's great to have her back this time in St. Louis on the All-Star Challenge Tour here on the Rorsrps channel. She was subbed out in Gillette Stadium after being our points loser in the first show of the season. She's back looking to make up with those points that she missed out on in that first show in MetLife Stadium. Zach Antezana heading back. You see these trucks backing into that starting stall once again. We saw that in Gillette Stadium. They had to back up against those dumpsters to get started and get aligned with that starting line. Similar thing happening here, starting in the center of the stadium this time, up on that little tabletop, if you will, in that massive tabletop, I should say. And both trucks on the line, ready to go. We're going green for your first race of the night. Launching off the starting line, they are neck and neck heading into our first turn. It is nothing but speed. Down that straightaway, a big slide from Zach Antezana, the reigning racing champion. And around that final turn, Cynthia Gauthier holding strong and absolutely launching those trucks. It is going to be Cynthia Gauthier in Lucas Stabilizer heading into the next round. And with an upset here in the first race of round one, and a pretty interesting race and ending of the race, looks like tonight is going to be action-packed, and I'm excited to continue on with our night. Continuing on with the night, we got Devyn Barber on your right in that Lion Scheme Avenger. That thing looks incredible, and he'll be taking on Dave Reed in that Northern Nightmare truck. Now, Devyn Barber has, from this point on, or from next show on, has officially decided on his Avenger scheme. This is the final scheme that I decided to put into the circuit here. So we'll see how the rest of the picks go, and you know, let us know in the comments if you're feeling the Avenger designs that come out throughout the rest of the season. But we're gonna launch off that starting line and head into the first turn. Dave Reed kind of struggles with racing, just getting that truck around some of the tighter turns. It tends to hike up, get a little tacky in the turns. We're seeing that there, front left tire hiking up a little bit, and it's going to be Devyn Barber in Avenger over the line first once again, heading into round two. We'll see if he can make it out of round two this time. He seems to be a little bit of the king of round two. Last season, it was queen of round one with Kayla Blood in that Soldier Fortune truck. This time it's king of round 2 with Devyn Barber in Avenger. Bryce Kenny and Mohawk Warrior Fire coming out next. He'll be taking on McQueen in Bro Camino. Now, Bro Camino has been killing it in both racing and freestyle, particularly in freestyle though, so I would not be surprised if he were to come out on top by the end of one of these shows. Of course, Bryce Kenny and Mohawk Warrior killed it all season 1. Only got a couple wins out of the 10 shows, but he killed it nonetheless, had great performances, and he's continuing that throughout this season so far. Launching down that tabletop and headed into our first turn. Looking good on both ends. It looks like Bro Camino may have a slight lead as we head into the final turn. Super tight from Bryce Kenny and Mohawk Warrior. It is close. Oh my goodness, the closest race of the night so far. But yes, it is McQueen in Bro Camino representing Team Thunder. On to round 2 tonight. Bryce Kenny, close, but just not enough. Even just slightly. This is a very tricky track. As you can see, these trucks are absolutely launching over that finish line. It is essentially a jammer that these guys are hitting. It is incredible the amount of air they're getting and that these trucks are holding up. It's not just about hitting it hard, because then you're going to go up. You want to go forward and get as far as possible, as fast as possible. Excuse me. Stumbling a little bit. Here comes Tristan England in the JCB DIGatron, a new truck for the 2024 season. And you know, we brought him here. We got him, and we had to bring him out for the season. This time he was unable to make it in the window to actually attempt a qualification pass for the season, so we had to throw him into the substitute category. And here he is trying to get a racing win. Of course, Tristan England, a one-time World Finals racing champion. He wants to do it here in St. Louis tonight, taking on Bari, Musawwir in Zombie. We are green and launching off of that starting line. Heading into our first turn, a little bit of a bobble there. It might have looked like from Tristan England. Kind of got up on 2 wheels getting into the turn, but it gets brought back down super fast over it, and it is going to be Tristan England in the JCB DIGatron. Manages to get a save, but going down, and gets another save. Bari, Musawwir having a little bit of a skills moment as well. These guys are it's a pretty tight track as far as recovery is concerned. So every truck you're seeing a little bit of a struggle there. We're trying to keep the trucks in control. Tristan England manages to roll the truck over, but get it back on all 4 BKT tires, and we love to see it. Love a little carnage after the finish line. Tyler Menninga in HyperShock coming out next on your left, taking on Trevor Goldberg in Max D Nitro, of course representing Team Thunder. Max D Nitro made it into the final round of racing last time. He wants to do it again this time, taking the Dubby Racing Championship. Tyler Menninga has yet to make it out of round 1. It's not looking good for him, especially taking on someone who made it up into the final round last show. Can he do it here tonight? We just got to watch and see. Going green here in round 1, launching off of that starting line. Can Tyler do it? Around the first turn, Tyler struggling once again. This new truck is just giving him problems. Here in racing, Trevor Goldberg with a beautiful drift around that final turn, and of course with the lead, over the line he goes. Trevor Goldberg in that Max D Nitro truck heading into round 2. Tyler Menninga once again just not enough. Gave it a little too much in that first turn, got that rear end slid out too far, and down he goes, man. You really got to keep that truck under control in the first turn. It's a little tricky coming off of that platform and heading directly into the turn, keeping the truck, whether it's on all 4s or keeping it tacked up enough to hold control, of those trucks. But you know, you got to do it if you want to make it into the final round, and at least we know our finalists truly deserve the spot. Shane Lake in Gravedigger coming out on your left. He'll be taking on John Gordon in Bad Company. Now, John has been killing it pretty consistently in racing so far this season. Can't really say the same for Shane. Can he improve a little bit tonight is the question on his mind for sure, and he wants to take it for Team Thunder. Not only for Team Thunder, but for Team Gravedigger. Big slide from both trucks. Killing it through that first turn, heading around the final turn. Who is going to take it? Another close race as we get to the line. And it is Shane Lake in Gravedigger going over. And down he goes, unable to get a save this time. Now, that was a really close race. May call into question a little bit the winner of the race. But remember, guys, these races do get viewed when they are that close. They do get viewed by multiple eyes. And are confirmed and chosen a winner very carefully. Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap coming out next on your left. He'll be taking on Hyden in that Blue Thunder truck, the Built for Tough Blue Thunder truck. Of course, a replica custom with that custom body, bringing out a more futuristic version of the classic Blue Thunder look. And he is pulling up to that starting line and getting ready to go. Blue Thunder, I would love to see him into the final round. It'd be nice to get Blue Thunder some wins, maybe a World Finals appearance. Same for Piece of Scrap though. Who's going to take it to the finish line this time is the question. Heading into this first turn, looking good for both trucks right now. Pretty even. Looks like Piece of Scrap may have a slight lead. Looking quick down that straightaway, around that final turn. Both trucks looking good. It is close as we come to the line. But it is going to be Jaxon Schlett, official decision. Jaxon Schlett and Piece of Scrap heading into the next round. Looks like Hyden might have gotten a little too much height on that jump. Jaxon Schlett just enough forward momentum combined with height, or lack thereof, I should say, gets enough to take the win. Coming out to close out round one, it's Tricky Rick Steffens in Blown Money on your left. He'll be taking on Jake Cranford in that Gravedigger 37 truck, representing Team Mayhem. Gravedigger has done well once tonight. Of course, it was Shane Lake, not Jake Cranford, but the Gravedigger name is into round two already. Can we get two Gravediggers in round two is the question, or can Blown Money make up a little bit of ground for the Bad Company Team sister trucks? Of course, both trucks on the line, ready to go, and we are going green. Heading into our first turn. Beautifully done. Nice drift from Rick Steffens. Solid from Jake Cranford, but Rick is really throwing that truck around, and it seems to be working for him as we come to the line. And yes, it is Rick Steffens as Jake Cranford goes for a ride. Ricky also going for a ride, trying to get a save. Is he going to get it? Oh, no. Solid effort to get that truck back on all four BKT tires, but it doesn't happen for him this time around. Both trucks laying there on their sides. What a way to end round one. And if you guys are enjoying tonight's racing competition, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let me know. Be sure to stick around. We got 3 tours of monster truck action, and we're going to be keeping this thing going until the season is complete. We got a World Finals coming at the end, so be sure, like I said, subscribe. Be sure to also check out the RORSRPS Instagram at RORSRPS. We got all kinds of extra content over there throughout the week, including results and more. But let's jump into our round 2 bracket here. Lucas Stabilizer is going to be taking on Devyn, Barber, and Avenger. Bro Camino versus JCB DIGatron. Max D versus Gravedigger for history right there. Piece of Scrap will finish off round 2, taking on Rick Steffens in Blown Money. Jumping into it, it is Cynthia Gauthier in that Lucas Stabilizer truck, taking on Devyn, Barber, in Avenger. 2 Team Thunder trucks going head-to-head here in round 2. And no matter what happens, Team Thunder is into the semifinals with this race, which is awesome because Team Thunder really needs some points under their belt after the calculations have been corrected. Not sure what happened, but you know, the Gillette scores, the scores that came up at the end of the Gillette video were wrong. We're launching off that starting line here and heading into our first turn. Devyn Barber a little all over the place. Cynthia Gauthier with a big slide. But is it enough of a mistake to let Devyn catch up? Out wide in that final turn. It's close as we come to the line, but it is Cynthia Gauthier in the Lucas Stabilizer truck going for a ride. And Devyn Barber, king of round 2, once again out here in round 2. I would love to see him do better as the season goes along, especially since Avenger had such great success last season being the tour champion of the Custom Chaos Tour. I want to see him pick it up. I want to see him do better, but tonight it is Cynthia Gauthier on to the next one. McQueen in Bro Camino coming out next on your right as Tristan England comes out in the JCB DIGatron on your left. Now these trucks going head to head. Once again, it's Team Thunder. No matter what happens here, Team Thunder is in the semifinals, which means our first race of the semifinals, it is Team Thunder that will be advancing into the finals no matter who wins. So this is pretty awesome for Team Thunder. They're doing well out here tonight. We do have Jaxon Schlett in the Team Mayhem truck, Piece of Scrap, coming up soon. So, I mean, they have a shot, but he needs to make it stick. Coming around our first turn, big slide from McQueen. JCB DIGatron, Tristan England looking good, but he's out wide in the final turn. Who's going to take it to the line? It's McQueen in Bro Camino. Another insanely close race. Tristan England with another great save. Same for McQueen though. This is a pretty tight track when it comes to recovery and coming over that finish line. And both trucks getting into a little bit of trouble there. Trevor Goldberg in Max D Nitro representing Team Thunder, taking on Shane Lake in Gravedigger representing Team Thunder. Of course, this is the biggest rivalry in Monster Jam history right here. Gravedigger versus Max D, and no matter who takes the win, it's going to be Team Thunder heading into our second race of the semifinals. Who will it be is the question. We got a finalist from last show here on your right, and we got, I got to be honest here, I got to call it how I see it. Someone who's not doing too great in racing standings on your left. Who's going to take it to the line, though? Tonight is a new night. This is a new track. And as we head around the first turn, both trucks taking it pretty even. A little bit of an extra slide there on Trevor Goldberg's part. Coming around that final turn, though, it is close. Nice and tight from Trevor. Oh, my goodness. It is Shane Lake in Gravedigger as he stuffs the front end big time. Going over. Can he get a save? Oh, my goodness. Both trucks going for a roll, but it is Shane Lake who gets back on all four BKTs, and Shane Lake who heads into the semifinals tonight. What a race. It is just close race after close race tonight. This is an insane bracket for racing. And yeah, Gravedigger on to the semifinals. But here comes Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap. He's going to be on your right, taking on Tricky Ricky himself. Blown Money on your left. This is Team Mayhem versus Team Thunder. The winner gets into the semifinals. Will Team Mayhem have a shot at the Dubby final round? Blown Money has only made it up into the second round before. So this is a tie for the farthest he's made it up the bracket so far. Jaxon Schlett is the farthest he's been up the bracket as well. He's only made it up into the first round. He's never made it past the first round so far. So he's already in good standing. Can he make it up into the semifinals is the question. Heading into our final turn, it's looking like it's Jaxon Schlett right now. And yes, over the line, Jaxon Schlett with a nice lead on Tricky Ricky here in Blown Money. Popping it up onto the nose. Look at that. And that's why they call him Tricky Ricky, pulling out the stoppie here to save that truck and keep it on all four BKTs. Jaxon Schlett on to the semifinals tonight. Speaking of the semifinals, let's get a look at this bracket. Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier taking on McQueen in Bro Camino. Shane Lake in Gravedigger taking on Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap. Couple of great races here. I mean, if Jaxon Schlett can finally tame that truck and get it up into the finals, Team Mayhem has a shot. Yes, we got to see what happens here. Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer taking on McQueen in Bro Camino. It's definitely going to be an interesting race, but no matter what happens here, I mentioned it already, it is Team Thunder heading into the final round. Can they get the points they need tonight? McQueen could do it. Cynthia Gauthier, I don't know. Cynthia's been struggling. She struggled in the first show. She was absent in the second show due to a substitution. So here in the third show, she does have a chip on her shoulder. She is trying to improve and get some points back. But is she going to be capable taking on McQueen here in the semifinals? McQueen may have a lead here. It's like a dead tie. Coming into this final turn, who is going to get it neck and neck? Over the line. Cynthia Gauthier in the Lucas Stabilizer truck is headed into the next round as she tries to get the save off of the sidewalls. What a move, and McQueen killing it with a stoppie save as well. Wow, what a way to end the first race of the semifinals. Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier on to the finals tonight. Wow. Heading into our next race and the final race of the semifinals, Shane Lake in Gravedigger on your right, taking on Jaxon Schlett in Piece of Scrap. The farthest both of these trucks have made it up into the racing bracket. Does Shane Lake have what it takes? Can he clinch it for Team Thunder and ensure, lock in a Team Thunder win, or will Team Mayhem, Jaxon Schlett, get a shot at that Dubby Racing Championship? We'll see how it goes here as we launch off of the starting line. Down we go onto the floor here. Little sloppy from both trucks. Super tight, though, from Shane Lake in Gravedigger. Even has a little bit of a lead. Coming around the final turn, a lot of trucks clipping that jump, and it manages to pay off for Shane Lake with the slap wheelie. Can he get a save? Going down once again. He's had something happen to him every single round so far. Jaxon Schlett done. Here in the semifinals, it is Team Thunder versus Team Thunder in the Dubby final round. Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier taking on Shane Lake in Gravedigger. It all comes down to this. Your Dubby final round is here. Shane Lake in Gravedigger on your left. Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer on your right. And I am hyped. I am energized as always. I'm ready to go. All thanks to Dubby Energy. Be sure to check out Dubby Energy, guys, at dubby.gg on the internet, on Instagram, and their Dubby app on both the Apple and Google Play stores. They have some delicious energy powders as well as some caffeine-free energy hydration blends, and some delicious flavors to go along with that energy and hydration. My favorite, of course, as I always mention, is the Beach and Peach flavor, mango white peach, and it is delicious. I need to get some more. I am now officially out of my Dub Sludge. So it's time for another tub, and I'll give you guys a review on that. Just a single flavor, so it's not a 45-minute video again. But the Dubby final round is here. Both trucks are staged and ready to go, and we are going green. Launching off of that starting line and headed into our first turn. Our final race of the night is close so far. Heading around that final turn, neck and neck. Big slide from both trucks. Both of them trying to chuck it in early. It is close. But it's Shane Lake in Gravedigger heading to the winner's circle and grabbing himself a Dubby Racing Championship for the first time this season. He mentioned it in one of our shows. He says the racing title just keeps evading him. He is struggling to get racing down, and tonight he finally does it. 3 shows in, he finally grabs that racing championship, gets it under his belt, and he's going to move on throughout the rest of the season knowing that he has a championship with him and with Team Gravedigger. Oh my goodness. And a little preview of the freestyle competition from Shane Lake as well as he goes freestyling to celebrate that racing championship. Beautiful slap wheelie down the track. Shane Lake in Gravedigger. I gotta say, it was a surprise to me, but he did it. He killed it. And honestly, Gotta keep it real. It's a surprise that Cynthia Gauthier in that Lucas Stabilizer truck comes straight out of a substitution and makes it all the way up into the final round of racing. She killed it tonight, gave it a great effort in the final round, was right there with Shane, but it does not happen for her. Shane Lake in Gravedigger taking the win tonight. And one last look at your Dubby Racing Champion tonight, Shane Lake in the black and green wrecking machine. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a great night of racing. Let's get a look at the points standings now. Since this racing competition is done, we got to check out our winners here. HyperShock still holding on to the lead with 46 points. Tied, though, with Peice Scrap. Max D split for Team Mayhem with 44 points. And right behind him is Trevor Goldberg for Team Thunder in Max D with 40 points. Tied with Bari, Musawwir, and Zombie. Gravedigger, Shane Lake now taking 37 points. Bad Company with 27. Mohawk Warrior with 26. Tied with Avenger and Blue Thunder, both with 26 points. Gravedigger, Jake Cranford, Team Mayhem with 25 points. Bro Camino taking 24. Northern Nightmare with 19. Blown Money with 17. Lucas Stabilizer with 15. Doing pretty well tonight, making up some points. And the JCB DIGatron starting off the night with a decent run in racing, taking 4 points, but we got a whole freestyle competition ahead of him to be able to make up some points. But if you guys enjoyed tonight's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, let me know down in a comment below, and be sure to check out the RSRPS Instagram for all kinds of extra content, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, results, and more. Just general news about the channel if there is any to be told. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, Dubby is the official partner of the RSRPS channel, so if you guys don't mind, if you guys are in the market for an energy powder or an energy substance, Be sure to check them out at Dubby.gg, and you get 10% off using code RORSRPS at checkout, and any money, any proceeds that come from you using the promo code goes right back into the RORSRPS channel, whether it be stickers, which I do have some. They're going to be on sale soon over on Instagram. You can get them through there. Anything that needs to be done with the channel is going to be done with the money, the proceeds from checking out Dubby, guys. Be sure to tell them I sent you with code RORSRPS. But we got freestyle action coming up for you in just a minute, so be sure to stick around. I'll see you guys in just a minute with some freestyle action.